Today I've got, it's been a funny day. I started the day with 5 guys, then I went to 3 guys, then back up to 6 guys. And it's going all well. There's no problems or anything. And I've got to go back because I have a lumber order that's coming and I need to make sure it goes where it needs to go. The other exciting thing that happened today, it hasn't totally happened, but we've made more progress today than we have in months, is getting an account set up with Bahamas Food Services so we can have food shipped over from Nassau to here. And they're basically a wholesaler and they deal in larger quantities, but that's fine. So you have to buy the whole case of burgers or whatever the pack comes in, but that's not a problem. At least we'll be able to get it and have the things here that we want. So we're many more steps closer than where we were the other day. So you're going to see coming up next, I did some footage with the drone today. And when I go out with the drone, I take a whole bunch of different shots. Some of them you see right off and some I use at different times. But I'll shoot low ones, I'll shoot shots that go up, I shoot high ones, I shoot different ones where they turn, where they go out, and I try to do that all at every shoot I do, so that way I've got a whole ton of material that I can use for later. If I go out and just shoot one particular thing, then I don't have any material to use for later. So when I do get the opportunity, I go out there, I think about which ways, the way the light is, how it's gonna look, looking at the little 7-inch screen, or not even 7 inches, the iPhone screen. And I look at what I can pull out of that and then potentially use it other times. So high ones, low ones, faster ones, slow ones, a whole bunch. Generally just, that was 1 battery's worth that I shot today. And you probably end up with 15, 20 gigabits of footage that's shot in 4K. Then I have to go in, download that, take the clips, color grade them, and so they come out looking good, if they're not already perfect, because sometimes the light's wrong and all that kind of stuff. So if you have a drone, that's the kind of thing you need to think about so that you have more than just the one shot. All different types of shots, and then you can use them at different points if that's what you're doing. If you're just doing it for fun, well, that's a different story. But I try to shoot all my stuff in different modes, in different ways, so that I get different views that I can use later and not just have one set thing to do. So what you're going to see next is bits and pieces of the stuff I shot today. So you just saw all that footage, and I think it gives you an idea of, you know, when you're out using your drone, you've got to maximize the time because the conditions change. You can see the colors and the clouds change and everything else. So you've got to do some shots that you pull back, some that are low, all different kinds of things. So then later, like I've only shown you part of that, I can go back to these and then use them in different forms at different times in different ways. I can speed them up, I can slow them down, I can put in different effects into them, and I have all that content that I can then use for a later project or whatever it is that I need, either for an Instagram post or a Facebook post or a post about the water or the pink sand. It gives you a lot of options. So, you know, when you're out there using the drone, if you get one, make sure that you don't just do the same things. You do pullbacks, and you know, the thing with the drone is it takes practice. You've got to be able to be comfortable enough to use it so that when you're using it, you're using sort of all your fingers, so that when you're doing a pullback, it comes back like this and then starts on an upward, and then you change the gimbal so that the camera angle changes as well. And all that just comes in time and practice. But the one other key thing with it is everything needs to be fluid. If you're making jerky movements like this, it looks like garbage. So the object is to try to make whatever you're doing very smooth. If you're going forward, you go smooth. If you're coming back, you're going smooth. If you're going up on an angle, smooth. Because it just doesn't look very professional when you do that. And I'm not saying I'm professional by any means whatsoever. I still have a ton to learn. But I keep trying to get better and better footage so that the stuff that I put out looks better and better and is more enjoyable to view. So if you've got a drone, hopefully this little bit tip will help.